Hello, friends and family, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to change our conversation just a bit, and we're going to talk about the concept of falling forward. If you're interested in this conversation, stay tuned. And if you're ready, my brothers and sisters, let's get into it. Welcome back to Choosing to Live Now. My name is Taneshia, and I'm so thankful that you decided to be a part of our discussion today. Over the last 24 episodes of this community, we have explored critical strategies on how to live our best life now in 2022 and beyond. And three of the most important strategies that we shared that were integral to the rest of our journey were managing our losses, processing our grief, and then forgiveness. Yes. And so we talked about the idea that those three things are almost like the holy triad of strategies that we needed to keep with us throughout our journey because they keep us free of pain and clutter and frustration that could stop us from pursuing our dreams. And so now that we are in the third month of the year, I have begun to think about the idea that many of us made goals for 2022 in December and even January. And I wanted to do a little brief check-in with you to ask you a couple of questions. Number one, my brothers and sisters, how are you doing with managing your goals for the year? Are you on track? Are you behind? Have you even gotten started yet? Here's the next question. What's the holdup? If you haven't gotten started, what has impeded you from moving forward? And listen, my brothers and sisters, no matter where you might find yourself on the journey for this year, I want you to be encouraged and know that you're not alone. Whether you've had a successful 3 months or 2 months going into your third month of really pursuing your dreams and your purpose, I want to congratulate you for that journey. Or if you have not gotten started yet, I want to let you know, don't worry about it. It's not too late. Whatever you do, my brothers and sisters, and wherever you find yourself in this journey, what I want to encourage you today is not to give up. But when I thought about the idea of how we all may be doing with our journey and being consistent with our goals for the year, I thought about the idea that 95% of the people who have a goal or a purpose or a drive, a destiny that they believe their life is surrounded by, that they want to pursue or fulfill, they don't complete them. 95%. And I kept asking myself, why is that? And what are some of the things that have hindered me from moving forward on different journeys that I've attempted in my life? And three critical things came to mind. Let me share them with you. Number one, self-doubt. Doubting that you can do the thing that you dreamed, envisioned, or believed for yourself. Doubting that other people will believe in it, that are supposed to buy your product or use your service. Self-doubt is so important because it will guide the types of opportunities that we even attempt to get into. Number two, perfectionism. Yeah. Perfectionism is the idea that we don't want to get started moving forward towards our dreams, our purpose, and our goals until we have perfected the craft, the plans, the product, the business that we have dreamed about having. Yeah. And the problem with perfectionism is this, my brothers and sisters. Who sets the parameter of what's perfect? And who stops you from changing those parameters over and over again as a way to distract you from ever getting started? Yeah. That's a question. Yeah. And the third thing that keeps many of us from getting started is feeling like we don't have the money, the capital to move forward. Now, my brothers and sisters, I'm aware that for specific types of goals, dreams, business ideas, strategies, things that we need in life, we need the green, okay? We need money. But the reality is, so many people have moved forward with less than what you have right now. And they are successful because they use what they had in front of them to make it happen. So then, when I think about the idea that we have not gotten started or we're struggling with getting started, here's what I want to ask you, my brothers and sisters. What's the alternative? Yeah. 12 years ago, my best friend asked me that question when I was making up a reason as to why I was not willing to move forward and do things that I desired to do. She asked me, what is the alternative? And I couldn't answer her in a way that made me feel comfortable. The alternative was I would have ended up being in that same stuck place that I was in at that moment, and I would have never been able to get out of it, my brothers and sisters. And I was in a low place at that time. I was so frustrated and confused and despondent, and I was like, I can't stay here, but I'm too afraid to move forward. Is that any one of you out there, my brothers and sisters? If that is you, I've been there, and I know what you mean. But I learned about this strategy that I want to share with you, that I hope helps you as you move forward through your journey. And it is called falling forward. What? What you saying, Taneshia? What is falling forward? I know, you're probably bugging. If you've never heard about it, I was bugging when I first heard about it too. But my best way to define it is going to be utilizing the information about falling forward that has been shared with Denzel Washington. And I'm going to read you a statement that he said in an interview that he made about the concept. And he said this: fall forward. Sometimes it is the best way to figure out where you're going. Never be discouraged and never hold back. Give everything you got, and when you fall throughout life, remember, fall forward. Woo! My brothers and sisters, coming in hot today. Did that get to you? It got to me. What he's basically saying is move forward to pursue your dream. It doesn't matter what you have prepared. It doesn't matter the things you don't know. You don't have to have a perfect opportunity to get started. Because I'm going to tell you a little secret, my brothers and sisters. There's no such thing. I even heard a YouTube influencer from the channel Think Media. His name is Sean Connell. He said the best thing I ever heard in my life. He said, you have to start messy. Whoa, best thing I ever heard. Same thing as starting forward. It's the same concept. And what they are trying to say to you is this: there's never going to be a perfect time. There's never going to be a perfect season. You're never going to have all the answers. You're never going to feel like you're good enough. You're never going to have enough money. And it's okay. But the reality is, if we do not get started, my brothers and sisters, moving forward, we will live a life and an existence of regret if we do not take the time to trust our instincts and fall forward. Falling forward is I am open in pursuit for the thing that I care about, for the thing that I believe that I'm supposed to do, for the thing that I'm passionate about. And I'm going to pursue it while making mistakes doing it. Because as I make the mistakes, as Denzel said, I'm going to learn. I'm going to know. I'm going to learn. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to find myself on the journey, and I'm eventually going to land on my feet. Now, falling backwards is what we're used to doing. Oh, God. Has anybody fallen backwards? I know I have. I've fallen backwards on so many things that I've started. Yeah. And so what falling backwards is I was moving forward, but I take steps back and I allow myself to get tripped up, and then I don't want to get back up again. And so because I fall back, I can't see ahead to my future. I can't think ahead to the things that I want to do. I am stuck in a place I shouldn't be in. A mindset from in another place. A false narrative is back again. A false narrative that I believed about myself made me back up and not be all of who I am designed to be. I allowed a mishap to stop me from pursuing my dream. I allowed a social media post to make me doubt myself so much that I will not move forward anymore, because my classmates, my peers, a celebrity, somebody in my life is living their best life. They are traveling. They are going to all sorts of countries. They are enjoying all types of life while I am here in the bubble that I'm in. And because of that, I can't move forward, so I fall backwards. Has that been you, my brothers and sisters? It's been me. Can I give you a story? There was this one time that I started a business because I created a wonderful skincare product, which I still have, and I still have the business. But I haven't been doing anything with it for a while because of school and whatever. But when I initially started it, I was so driven. I got the ideas, the passion, the drive, everything associated with it. And one day I mistakenly posted it in front of all of my little social media family. Now, mind you, my social media is just family. There are a few classmates from school and different things like that, but really it's a lot of my family, and my family is large. On all sides, it's huge. Hundreds of people, maybe even thousands. And I was on that platform, and one individual on the platform saw what I was doing and did not respond to it. And I figured that that person would, because we always like and celebrate everything that each other does. And then I noticed about 90 days after I had posted my business and was starting to get some traction with some advertisement that I had going on my social media accounts, that this person came out with their own version of the same thing that I was doing. Now, it's a possibility they always wanted to do it. It's a possibility that they were working on it on the side. But knowing the person, this is not usually the case, because that very same person is not even passionate about doing that thing anymore. Long story short, my brothers and sisters, it devastated me. It devastated me to the point where I completely fell backwards. I could no longer see forward the vision that I had for the journey. All I could see is that what they were doing looked like it got more support than mine did. And as a result, I stopped it for a very long time. Worst mistake of my life. And I'm going to be even more transparent with you. I struggled in that business with trying to make things perfect that didn't matter. I struggled with feeling like I didn't have enough money, and yet I had a consistent client base that kept calling me every month, asking me for more, asking me if I could mail it to them and put them on auto pay, asking me for so many things, but I was so stuck in the trees, I couldn't see the forest of my experience, and I fell backwards. This is not what falling forward looks like. Let me give you steps in falling forward so that you can pursue your dreams with success. Falling forward means this. Number one, look at the things that you believe that you're purposed, destined, and called to do. And analyze what things can be done right now. Without money, without a bunch of people's support. What can you do for that thing that you believe you're called to do right now? Whatever that thing is, my brother and sister, I encourage you to get started and do it. Why? Because if you can get started and do that thing that you already are able to do now, it is the beginning of you falling forward. No, you don't know C, D, and F, but you do know A. Yeah, that's the beginning of falling forward. Number 2, do your research. Do your research while you're doing the first thing that you can do. What do you mean? Don't let yourself get stopped by saying you don't know enough information about what you need to do. Don't just research yourself, my brothers and sisters. Research other people that are doing other things that are successful, where you can find a model that does not cost you as much money, that does not require you to feel like you are alone. Watch other people that have accomplished the journey, because if they did it, you can do it. Yeah. Another way to fall forward towards your destiny is to connect with other people that are trying to do the same thing as you. What do I mean by that? I don't mean that you have the same dream and you have the same goal. No, my brothers and sisters, what I mean is that you have the same ideas, that you want to get started and pursue your goal now. It is so great to be around other individuals who are willing to move forward and get rid of the past. They are doing the self-work in their personal life to forgive and to heal and to process grief, and they're learning who they are, but now they're ready to actually move forward. They're not just people that you can talk to about what you want to do. They're actually moving forward in their life. If you can meet them and work with them, it will help you to propel you with excitement to move forward. Yeah. Another thing, I want to go back and I want to use Sean Connell's message from Think Media. He said this. He said to start messy. My brothers and sisters, I am the queen of starting messy, meaning everything that you see in this community is not perfect. There are mistakes I've made. There are things that I wish were different. But guess what? The power of the journey is that as you move forward, you will improve. We are adaptable creatures. We as human beings make mistakes and learn how to take those mistakes and turn them into fuel. It is a mistake to believe that you will never make mistakes, because you will. If you have an idea and a strategy that an idea or a strategy that you've never seen before done for a specific product or brand that you want to produce, be comfortable in doing it as you. Yeah, try it. You could be absolutely wrong. One of the biggest mistakes that we make is we read too much. I know I told you to do a little bit of research, but not to the point where it stops you from moving forward. The research I was referencing was more of the research that you do in order to find ways to get what you desire to accomplish done in a very simple way, where you might not have tons of money or tons of support or tons of the things that have stopped you from moving forward that you think you need. But there are instances where we read too much. Let me tell you another thing that I did that was crazy on my journeys. I went in and started picking up every written thing about being able to be successful in these things that I was trying to develop in my life. I started watching all kinds of videos, listening to all kind of podcasts, all kind of people talking. And you know what happened? It became too much. Their ideas began to stifle down my creativity. And I began to question myself to feel like, is this something I can even accomplish? That is where self-doubt can realign its head in your life. You might finally get up the courage and say, you know what, Taneshia, I am going to fall forward. I don't care. I might make a mistake, but I'm going to start today. My first step towards living out my dream, my purpose, whatever. But then you start listening to all these people and you're like, see, I knew I couldn't do it. No. There comes a point in the journey that you just have to start messy. It's not going to be perfect. And the second video, I believe, that I posted on this community, I was trying to put some text in at the end of a video, and it ended up not showing up all the way. And all you can see is the word subtitle go across the screen. I was like, really? This is dumb. But you know what? What's powerful is I kept moving forward. And this video that you're looking at today is video 26 because I did not give up on myself. And I'm still learning and I'm still growing, but know that that's a part of the journey. If you look at some of your favorite actresses and actors, if you look at some of your favorite musicians, singers, and you see them when they first started to now, aren't they so different? Because they knew that the core of what was inside of them, their dream, their purpose, their drive, was so amazing that they were willing to go through the parts of it where it wasn't perfect to perfect their gift and to finally live out the dream that they had to be the best at whatever they do. That will be the same with you if you just get started. And in my close, yes, my brothers and sisters, you are going to make mistakes as you move forward to pursue something new. But don't be discouraged. You can do this. I am here with you. This is a community. We are a safe place, and we're going to get through this journey together. Just don't give up. Start now. Don't wait. Tomorrow isn't promised. This business that you've dreamed about, going back to school, do the research now. You doing the research is a step of you falling forward. You signing up for your first semester or one course is you starting forward. And that's another thing. You might not be able to do everything at one time, but what is the one thing you can do? I know I said it before, but let me say it again. What is the one thing you can do now? If you've already gotten started and you feel like you're stuck, I want you to take a moment and breathe. Because at least you got started. Look at how amazing you are when 95% of the people don't even get started, but you did. Now my question for you, my brothers and sisters, what is it that you can do now that you have stopped? What things worked well for you? What things did not work well? That's the analysis you make when you stop for a moment. And find ways to re-engage yourself into this environment that you believe your purpose and called to do for your life. But whatever you do, my brothers and sisters, do not give up. Falling forward is always the way to go. Making mistakes is a part of the journey. But you're going to get through it if you remember that you can do this. You are built for this. This is why I am here, to encourage you of those things. Thank you so much, my brothers and sisters, for logging in to this channel today, for listening to our conversation. I hope that something was said that helps you to want to move forward in the month of March and fall forward, not backwards. All right? If you like the content on this channel, please like, please comment, please share, please subscribe. We need more family members and friends in our community. And my brothers and sisters, I want to thank you again for joining us today. And I want to say, I look forward to our conversation next time. But until then, blessings to you today, my friend.